It's juicy, wonderful, delicious, and it's got a little bit of tang, a little bit of creamy flavor from the avocado lime. Bon appetit. Yum. So since I posted my video about starting the carnivore diet, I have gotten so many questions about what is it really like to be on the carnivore diet day in and day out. So I decided to record this video today on what I eat in a day and carnivore-ish. The reason I say carnivore-ish is because I don't have any serious health conditions, diabetes, autoimmune issues. And if you want to know more about why we actually started doing the carnivore diet, you can watch this video afterwards to find out what was our motivation. But basically, I wanted to see if there were certain foods in my diet that were not agreeing with me, that were causing inflammation, gas, bloating, weight gain, just all those things. And I decided that this would be a great way for me to eliminate that and get back to basics. So I call it carnivore-ish because we actually aren't eating just beef, bacon, butter, and eggs. We are incorporating some fruits, berries, avocados, summer squash, and cucumbers are growing in my garden right now. So yes, I am enjoying those in this summer season. And we also know that we can tolerate raw dairy very well. So that has been a part of our carnivore diet. So yes, there are some carbs in those things, but I would say this is definitely carnivore-ish versus keto because we're not eating any nuts or nut flours like almond flour, absolutely no breads, no grains, pastas, any of that, which you wouldn't eat on keto. But we're also staying away from any like keto treats, keto ice cream, or artificial, I would say like plant-based sweeteners like stevia. And we are in a very, very limited quantity eating anything that is from the root, stem, or seed of a plant. So the one exception to that rule, I think, would be kimchi and sauerkraut. Fermented cabbage doesn't seem to bother me, but definitely broccoli, cauliflower, kale, chard, raw cabbage, those things have gone out of the diet and I'm noticing a huge improvement from eliminating them from my diet. So without further ado, let's head on down to my kitchen and we'll look at what I eat in a day, carnivore-ish. So it's not actually breakfast time right now. It is about 20 to noon. And what I've found lately since starting the carnivore diet is I've actually been fasting a lot in the morning. And it hasn't been something that I've been trying to do. It's just been more intuitive fasting. So what I will typically have is I will get up, I will have a little bit of iced coffee concentrate. My husband takes a whole bag of beans and he brews them down into a coffee concentrate that looks like this in our refrigerator. I'll put like a couple tablespoons of that into a cup, 1 tablespoon of heavy cream, add some water and some ice, and that's pretty much what I have during the morning. Oh, the other thing is every day I have been having my Element electrolytes. Just because we're still fairly new to the carnivore diet, I want to make sure that I keep my electrolyte balances in check. Plus I'm exercising quite a bit, going for walks, it's hot here. So I wanna make sure that I'm keeping my potassium, sodium, and magnesium levels at the correct levels. Now, when we do go out or we go to church on the weekends, we have been eating some Eggs Benedict, hold the biscuit, and that is a really nice treat. My husband's also started to look at some carnivore recipes for hollandaise at home so that we can simply have Eggs Benedict at home. If there is a day of the week where I didn't eat enough the night before, I will go ahead and have bacon and eggs. If you didn't see, we got a half cow and we made our own beef bacon. So I'm trying to eat mostly from ruminant animals. things like cows, bison if you can find it, lamb, and trying to not eat too much pork or actual chicken meat outside of the eggs because they have so many good nutrients in there for you. So if I eat breakfast, it would be bacon and eggs or eggs Benedict on the weekends. But most days, my first real meal of the day is right around now at lunchtime. So yesterday, I actually made a Mississippi pot roast in the slow cooker. And I cooked up this big chuck roast yesterday. And then it was cooking in a stick of butter, a couple peppercini peppers, because like I said, those don't tend to bother me, and then also some beef broth. And this is the jus that we got from it. You can see that beautiful layer of fat, that's from the butter. So all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna shred some of this beef and warm it up in a pot on the stove for my lunch. Ooh, look at that beautiful fat. Oh, yes. So you want to make sure you get all that goodness. Now, I can't take all of it because I need to save some for the rest of the family. Gonna simmer that down for a few minutes. So this has lots of really good fats in there, not only from the fat that was in the chuck roast that cooked into the slow cooker, but also the stick of butter. We use grass-fed butter, but it's really important on the either keto or carnivore diet that you're getting enough of fat in your diet, because if you just eat lean protein, you can go through something called rabbit starvation, which I did end up talking about in this video. So you cannot be afraid of butter, of fat when you're doing carnivore, because you're going to be cutting out all the other sugars and all the other carbs, and that is part of the diet. All right, and so I'm just gonna eat this whole bowl of beef with the broth and the butter until I'm comfortably stuffed. Probably needs just a pinch of pink Himalayan sea salt. And then I'll take my beef organs as well, because I haven't quite gotten comfortable eating the organs yet. And that's lunch. Okay, so it's 5:30. I am getting ready for dinner time. One of the things I love most about the carnivore diet is that I'm not hungry in between meals, so I never find myself snacking, which means I'm not eating like chips and junk and all that stuff that I used to go for in the afternoon. And I have really great energy all through the day. I used to get like 2 to 3 o'clock crashes, and not anymore. So for dinner tonight, I'm going to be making one of my like favorite little, I call it like taco bowl, because there's not going to be any shells, and I'm just going to take some ground beef. So this is actually 1.5 pounds of ground beef. We got a half of a grass-fed, grass-finished cow this year, and we had the butcher put them into 1.5 pounds of, did I say half a pound? This is 1.5 pounds. 1.5 pound like packages of ground beef. That way both my husband and I can share it, and it's plenty. We can get comfortably stuffed. So I'm just gonna go ahead, I'm gonna brown that in the pan, and I'm either going to use beef tallow. We made this beef tallow from the leaf fat from the grass-fed cow, or I might use grass-fed butter, because I really do like the flavor that the butter adds to the beef. Now, afterwards, honestly, this is why I call it carnivore-ish, because I really do love like sauerkraut and kimchi. I love that tangy, kind of spicy flavor that it brings to my little taco bowl. And I find that when I eat like cabbage that's been fermented, either in sauerkraut or kimchi, a lot of the oxalates are broken down, and it doesn't bother me the same way that it does when it's raw. So I'll probably put some of that on there. Now I might put, if this was ripe, I might put some avocado on there. We do have some raw milk sour cream, which is delicious. If you've never tried raw milk sour cream, tastes nothing like anything you've ever tasted before. It is heavenly. I'll go ahead and put a link down to Farm Match. You can type in your zip code and see if you have a raw milk supplier in your area. That's how we found this. I may go ahead and put on some of this raw milk cheese as well. Just depends on how I'm feeling. Or I might add this avocado lime sauce from Primal that I'm absolutely loving. So this is why it's carnivore-ish, because we are doing raw dairy and we are doing this sauce because it only has avocado oil. There's no seed oils in there. It's got organic apple cider, organic egg yolks, organic distilled vinegar, a little bit of mushroom extract, onion powder, so garlic powder. But it is absolutely delicious. And I put it on my beef bowl the other day. Maybe I should just call them beef bowls. And it was amazing. And so that, my friends, is what I eat in a day. It's easy, it's simple. I don't find myself snacking. It takes a lot less time to prepare dinner, and I'm full. It tastes delicious, and I am satiated each and every single day. So I hope this was helpful to you, and I'll link any of the recipes that I shared earlier below. So now that it's all browned up, I'm just gonna scoop this into my bowl. I'm actually don't really feel like cheese and avocado. And tonight, so it's gonna be less of a taco bowl and more of just a nice big beef bowl with some kimchi and some of this avocado lime dressing. Oh yeah, don't mind me. I put the towels on my shoulder when I'm cooking. So there you have it. It is 70-30 beef. So it's juicy, wonderful, delicious, and it's got a little bit of tang, a little bit of creamy flavor from the avocado lime. Bon appetit. Yum.